You, my friends, are following in the very footsteps of history. Something beyond the power of words to describe. Human beings simply aren't built to function at the cruising altitude of a 747. Our bodies will be literally dying.
I'm Noah Green.
And I'm Ari Foyer.
We're here to talk to you about the movie Everest, which is based off of the real-life events of the 1996 Mount Everest disaster. Now, Ari, what are your first impressions of the movie?
Well, I think the first thing that you see, and we saw it in IMAX, and if you can see it in IMAX, you absolutely should. The visual wide shots of the things in the movie, you see the mountains, the Himalayas in all of their glory. It's absolutely stunning.
You see, there's also the computer effects with the snow and the precipices. You feel like you're there, and you feel like I don't know if you felt it, but I felt some shivers. You could see with the wind.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was really, really beautiful.
Especially when, there are scenes with the climbers on ladders, because they use ladders to cross crevices, and those are chilling. What did you think of the acting?
I thought the acting was very well done, especially during the scenes of the storm and scenes where people were facing the nature and facing Everest. You could really feel their emotions, and you could definitely imagine what those climbers must have felt like.
And yeah, I agree. The acting was really, really well done, and this is a tough one because there are some emotions that you could really only capture in the scenario, and I know Robin Wright in particular did a great job as the wife of one of the climbers, and the emotion on her face was, she's superb, and it was the same way in this movie.
But I'd like to bring up one question that I kept on thinking about throughout the entire movie, was what were the desires and the motives behind climbing the mountain? Why would one risk their lives to climb this mountain where there's a very small chance of actually getting to the top?
And that comes up, there's a bigger chance of dying on your way back down. And that comes up in the movie. John Krakauer asked that, and they really can't answer it. And he goes much more in depth than Into Thin Air about their motives for climbing. And you can see some of them are flat out money. Some of them, I would assume, are pride. And some of them, I guess,
they're crazy.
Yeah, it takes a certain amount of craziness. And if you ask a professional mountaineer, I'm sure they'd agree that as much as they love it, it takes a certain amount of crazy to do this.
All right. Well, I would definitely recommend this movie to everybody. IMAX is definitely a plus. It's expensive, and you might not think of how it's worth it, and it might not be worth it. But IMAX, if you're feeling that this movie would speak to you, and that you would like this type of movie with the great visuals, IMAX is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, I agree. And just overall, it's a pretty solid movie. You're not going to be able to knock it for too many things. It wasn't perfect, but it was certainly very good.
For Lionsdale Entertainment, I'm Noah Green.
And I'm Ari Foyer.